In this video, I'll show you how to type Urdu using a keyboard layout that is very similar to the QWERTY layout. At some point in making this video, I was worried that someone else had already made a version of it. So I searched how to type Urdu to look for other videos, and what I found was two kinds of videos. The first kind were those about how to type Urdu in Microsoft Office. Well, if you're typing Urdu nowadays, it doesn't matter what program you're typing it in. You could be typing in Notepad, you could be typing Anki flashcards, anything. The second kind of videos I found were about how to install Jamil Nuri Nastaliq font, and you absolutely should do that. But that has nothing to do with typing, as I understood it when I started making this video. But typing actually means two things. If you think back to the days of typewriters, you were inputting and outputting at the same time, so you didn't need to distinguish between them. But nowadays, when I say typing, I mean inputting. Because even if you don't install the actual font you were supposed to have, you can still type Urdu words that will just use the default look for the Arabic code block in Unicode, and it will look sort of Arabic. And I sort of assume you already installed the Jamil Nuri Nastaliq font, but if you didn't, don't worry, I'll quickly show you where to download that. I do want to mention that Microsoft has their own Urdu keyboard layout for Windows, but it's not my preference because it doesn't use QWERTY layout. Most people in my circle, even native Urdu speakers, already know the QWERTY layout, so it makes sense to build on that knowledge. And I am using a US physical keyboard. Most of what I cover in the video will work on a UK keyboard as well, with one exception that I'll point out. The first step will be to go to the website urdu.ca. Optional step, click on the English version for the website. By the way, if you don't already have the Jamil Nuri Nastaliq font, go ahead and follow step 1. Download the Jamil Nuri Nastaliq Urdu Fonts installer. Download that and run that. But I'm going to go back to the main page, click on step 2, click on Install Urdu Phonetic Keyboard, and click on Urdu Phonetic Keyboard Installer. Download that and run that. And you're going to see the screen blank out because it's asking for admin permission. But it's a very straightforward install. And there it is. Urdu Phonetic Keyboard 1.0 has been successfully installed. Click Close to exit. And I would recommend doing a restart of the computer at this point. Once installed, you can now switch between languages by going to the taskbar and using the mouse. What I prefer to do instead is to just do a win space, and that'll switch them. So as a quick demo, whoops, I've already typed it, so that's fine. So here I want to type in an Urdu word, and I just want to do a win space here, and then I can type, and space. I think I can do a space under either keyboard, and then I want to switch back to type in English. So there I go. There is a keyboard layout, low resolution as it says. What you want to do is go ahead and click on the Urdu Phonetic Keyboard Layout PDF. Use that as a reference. And there are two keyboard layouts. This bottom one is for some Arabic letters, especially Quranic symbols and letters. So this video will only cover the top. I've structured the rest of this video into 6 slides, each with a group of letters or symbols. For each slide, a type-along will start. You know, like sing along, write along, type along. That's a thing, right? In the type-along, I will have words that go with the letters in the slide. At the bottom right corner of the screen, the actual keys I am typing will appear, as shown here in this preview. If you want to skip any part of this video, please click on the timestamps in the description. This is the first group, the Soundalikes. Most of these letters can be guessed on the first or second try based on phonetic similarity to English sounds. That's why this is the biggest slide. So let's go down the list. I'll say the key, and then I'll say what comes up when you type the key. Q, Qaf, W, Waw, R, Re, capital R, Rle, T, Te, capital T, Te, P, Be, S, Sin, capital S, Swad, D, Dal, capital D, Dal, F, Fe, G, Gaf, capital G, Ghain, H, Do Chashmihe, capital H, Brihe, J, Jim, K, Kaf, capital K, Khe, L, Lam, Z, Ze, capital Z, Zal, Si, Che, B, Be, In, Nun, capital N, Nunguna, M, Meme. Here's the second group, the lookalikes. Did you ever notice the isolated Urdu letter Ain looks like the capital English letter E, and the standalone letter Choti He looks like the letter O on the keyboard? That's why I call these letters lookalikes, and these are also easy to remember. E, Ain, O, Choti He. Ye, this is the third group, the yeas. We can't use the E key because it was already used in the last slide. So I and Y it is. I, Choti Ye, Y, Blurry Ye. Now we have the fourth group of Scrabble tiles, Urdu letters. They have to go somewhere on the board, but it is getting harder to think of a place on the keyboard to put them that falls under some kind of logic. So this group, you might want to memorize plus, Aleph Mad A, X, Sheen, capital X, J, V, Doe, capital V, Zoe, capital J, Zvad. The fifth group is just one letter Hamza. Hamza is kind of unique since it can either be on top of a letter or an isolated letter. So for this video, I have the isolated form of Hamza, Hamza on top of Ye, and Hamza on top of Waw. I believe these three are the most common forms in Urdu. $, isolated Hamza. U, Hamza on top of Choti Ye, equals Hamza on top of Waw. Congratulations, you've reached the sixth and final group, diacritics. There is some logic to some of these. Capital P for Pesh kind of makes sense, for example. I want to mention that on the US keyboard, the tilde character is the shift of the backtick, so this is probably wrong for the UK keyboard. If you have a non-US keyboard, try using the shift of the backtick or shift of whatever key is to the left of the numeral 1 on your physical keyboard and see if that works. Less than, zer, greater than, zabar, capital P, pesh, underscore, shud, backtick, dozer, tilde, on the US keyboard, do zabar. Now it's your turn. Let me know if this video worked for you in the comments. If you have some thoughts on how this presentation can be improved, or if you have a non-US keyboard and have tried to use this video with it and want to share your experiences, please let me know. Thank you for watching.